Hi PE589, this is my video response for week 3 on the beauty in diversity. Um, and after watching Andre's video, one of the ways that um, one of the things that kind of triggered my view on people with disabilities is um, when he started to name off some of the questions that people typically had, and one of them was, "How do I approach you? How do I talk about your disability?" And he went on to explain that he doesn't get offended, and that it really makes him feel like someone is seeing him, and he's able to tell his story. And the reason that kind of stuck with me is because I think, for me personally, when I see people with disabilities, it's hard to figure out where the boundaries are and what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. And I've been lucky enough to have had really good experiences with people with disabilities, and maybe it's just been my approach, but I've made really good friends with people in wheelchairs, and yeah, I think just people in wheelchairs. I have a couple friends who have either muscular dystrophy or Friedreich's ataxia, and they're my good friends now. But initially, approaching them was always hard because you don't really know what to say, and so it was comforting to know that it's okay. It's okay to talk about it, and just to get that perspective from someone was nice. One of the themes that he shared in the video, or an experience of his that stuck out to me as well, was when he was in the puberty phase, and the social acceptance of other people, and when it came to being interested in girls, and not feeling like he's the typical guy who played sports, and wondering if they were going to accept him. I feel like I resonate with this a little bit because as a female athlete, I always felt that way as well. Even though I don't have a disability, I have experienced a lot of stereotypes and stigmas on female athletes, and I always wondered or felt like I wouldn't be accepted either, especially from the opposite sex, which is why I'm doing my capstone on the barriers and the stereotypes that female athletes have to overcome. So that kind of hit hard with me because it made him real, and with feelings, and it made me connect in that type of way where I understood, like I know what that feels like. In terms of the scripture, 1 Corinthians chapter 12, the verses that stuck out with me were 18 through 20. And it says, "But in fact, God has placed the parts in the body, every one of them, just as he wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body." I love that verse, just because it wraps up the beauty of diversity. And I know that's the title of this week's video response, but it proves that it doesn't matter what you look like, what you do, what your specialty is, what your disability is. God created you in that way for a purpose, and just putting it all together, you can see the beauty in that. And if we all embrace and use our gifts and talents, then we would be out of this world with joy. And I think a lot of times we are stuck feeling negativity on whether we're good enough or whether we're capable. And I think that it's really important to come out of that and to just live your life the way it was meant to be and to the fullest, and the way God designed you and what he intended for you and his purpose for you. And I think ultimately that's when we'll feel fulfilled. So yeah, so it's not just about one person that can do one thing or another person who can do another. It's about all of us doing things collectively. That paints a beautiful picture. So that is my video response. Thank you for watching. I hope you all are finding fun and adventurous things to do while we are stuck at home. I just came back from a walk, trying to get some fresh air, get some vitamin D. So yeah, hope you all are well, and I will talk to you soon.